Welcome back guys to another video, and what we've got for you today is my M2 Competition's replacement. Now I know I've not really been very active on here at the past couple of months or so, but yeah, I have actually sold my M2 Comp, and I have found its replacement, which is parked up right behind me, and as you can see, it's this absolutely stunning Audi RS3 Saloon 2017. So it's got the DAZA engine, 400 horsepower as standard. Yeah, and I'll go through the spec and everything with you on the rest of the video. So yeah, do check that out. It is an absolute beauty of a car, as you can see. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, Performance_Lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. And if you'd like your car featured, drop us an email, pflifestyle@hotmail.com, and we will be more than happy to accommodate. But for today, we've got my new, not so new RS3 Saloon. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video, guys. Check it out. So there it is, the 2017 Audi RS3 Saloon, and as you can see, the blatant thing is obviously the wheels, but yeah, it is honestly, it's an absolutely stunning car. It's an immaculate car. It's yeah, and it's a very low mileage car as well, which is the plus thing. And I've had all the mileage checked on the gearbox and stuff, so it's never had a blocker or anything on it, and it is genuine as they come. And on the outside, it's got a few touches to it, but on the actual modifications and performance side of things, it is completely standard. Now, I was planning on doing a couple of bits to this car, but we'll see how it plays out, because I'm thinking I might need a bigger car. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. And if I do end up keeping it, I will be getting some doing a few bits and bobs to it. So yeah, because they do sound absolutely amazing, even as standard. It's got the RS Sports exhaust, and these don't come with the secondary cats in place as the pre-facelift cars do. So these actually sound okay. They're not as loud as the pre-facelift, because if you want noise, get the pre-facelift, and if you want more tunability, then these are perfect. These can, you know, over stage 2 on these is 550. I've seen anything up to 570 horsepower, and that's on a standard block, standard turbo, nothing, you know, apart from decat and exhaust and intake and mapping. There's not, and obviously an intercooler, and there's not really a great deal else you need to get that sort of power. So a few grand and you've got supercar killing machine in a 4-door saloon or a 5-door hatchback, which is what they were really designed as, you know, a hyper hatch. But yeah, as you can see here, this thing is absolutely stunning. We'll start off on the back here. It's got carbon fiber rear diffuser with black tips as standard, and then it's got an F1 style rear brake light, which does actually work, and it looks quite snazzy as well, because I've been behind the car once, and it looks quite nice. It's got like a tint on the rear lights on both sides, black Audi badge. I do need to put the RS3 badge back on, which goes over here somewhere, so I will get that done. And carbon fiber rear spoiler, which has got a bit of a kind of like a little kink in it, which you can see there. Looks quite smart, I'd say. Carbon fiber top spoiler, which is getting a bit milky over there, but that's kind of like standard. It's a bit sun bleaching. So, and then it's also got carbon fiber stone chip guards, which I think is a must. Had them on the M2 as well, which they saved the, you know, car from getting peppered with stone chips quite massively. It's also got carbon fiber side skirt extensions, which do suit the car, and a Quattro stick decal on it here, which you only really notice if you're looking for it, which I quite like. It's very subtle. It's not in your face, and it's just there. And then it's got this like a tape on the I don't know if you can see it there, but a tape on the edge of the door, just to stop it from getting marked up if you accidentally. Oh, it's actually a clear film. Oh well, there you go. And then it's got these carbon fiber mirror covers, which do resemble the M2 that I had, or M3s and M4s as well, with this little ear on the side here. Looks quite nice. It's not something that I personally would have done, but it's on there, and it's yeah, he gets away with it. It looks quite decent. And then these RS5 style wheels, and I believe the previous owner, the guy that I actually bought the car from, he actually did say he spent it was about 2.5 grand on these wheels. So, and he was telling me the name as well. I can't remember the name. It's some German company, and they're meant to be like very, very good wheels. And to be fair, I wasn't a big fan of the car looking at the photos because of the wheels. And that's not a major thing anyway. You could get them changed. You could probably get 500 quid for these, and for, you know, £1,000 or just under £700-800 even, you could buy a set of second-hand Revos with wheels, with tyres on them. But that is the plan. If I end up, like I mentioned, if I keep the car, that is something that I want to do. But yeah, it's got the black brake calipers with the RS logo and the massive brake discs behind there, and it's also got the carbon guard here as well, which is very good because the doors would have been peppered otherwise. And then onto the front, it's got these carbon fibre canards. Now again, I wasn't a big fan, but I think they look quite nice with the rest of the bits on the car, and I think it's quite a nice little touch. And they're not massive as well. They're very discreet, subtle. You don't really notice them unless you're looking for them again. Again, carbon fibre here. I don't even know what to call this, but yeah, it's carbon. And then it's got these carbon fibre covers here as well, so which runs there and all along the bottom here. And then a gloss black, I don't want to say Maxton because I don't believe it is, but yeah, like a gloss black diffuser. And then the biggest thing, I think, which is the rarest thing, I've never actually seen one of these before, is it's got a carbon fibre grille surround, which I think looks quite nice. It looks very nice, to be fair. Like I mentioned, if it was a different colour car, you'll notice it more, but with it being a black car, you don't notice it as much unless you're looking for it. And then it's got the Quattro badging on it as well. And again, the carbon fibre here as well, which kind of like carries on from these here, all the way here, and onto the other side, obviously, because they'll look a bit daft if it was just on one side. And then it also does have the Matrix LED headlights, which I think are absolutely fantastic. Now, the one thing I was actually a bit funny about was, after having the M2 Competition, that had the adaptive LED lights with auto high beam assist, and that was fantastic. Honestly, it was one of the best things out there on a car that I've seen in a long time. But these are actually very, very good as well. Not quite as, I'd say, as up to the M2 Comp standards, because that had the icon lights. And they were an optional extra on the M2 Comp as well. But these lights are very, very bright, and I think they're very, very good. But on the M2, it was literally, you know, high beam assist. It'll switch on the side that it can see no cars. But if there's a car in front of you, it kind of like the light goes over the top. It was madness how that thing actually worked. But yeah, it's oh yeah, and then it's got black badges front and rear. It's got the black badge there, black RS3 badge there, black AUDI badge there, and I mean, just look at that. You can't say that's a bad looking car. That is, you know, Allahumma barik, that is a beautiful car, and it is stunning. It does actually look very, very good in the flesh. Doesn't matter what angle you look at it from, it does look very, very good, and it does attract a lot of attention as well. Now, the one thing that a lot of people get really caught up about is stuff like the pan roof and mag ride and stuff. And even though this doesn't have mag ride, but most people leave it in auto anyway, and it's kind of like an in-between medium sort of thing. So it rides almost, from what I've read, is identical to these, but the only thing with them is they're adjustable, so you can set them to a bit softer or a bit harder. Now, as with a lot of things, like even, I mean, Subaru Impreza STIs with the adjustable centre diff, most people drove them in auto. So it did absolutely, you know, it wasn't really a massive thing. Nobody plays about with them. And I think the mag ride is also another thing that not many people play about with. And the pan roof was something that I was never really bothered about, because I've read all the horror stories and I know people who have had problems with their pan roofs. And it's something I weren't really a big fan of, and I thought it's coming up to the winter anyway, so I'm not really too fussed. If you want to get a car with a roof, you may just get an M4 Competition convertible or something. So yeah, but that was one of the cars I was looking at as well before I bought this, another M4 Comp, or because I have had an M4 and that is on the channel, so do check that out. And the M2 as well, the M2 Competition is on the channel as well, so do feel free to check them out. What we'll do is we'll go inside the car, I'll show you the inside, and then we'll go for a drive, and yeah, we'll conclude the video. So onto the inside. It does have keyless entry. The one thing that I wanted was it had to have these super sport seats. Now these seats are fantastic. I don't like the look of the standard seats in the RS3 or any of the sports Audis, because they look like the normal not the S-Line, but the normal, should I say, the diesels can even have them, but they've just got a different imprint. But whereas the super sports actually look like they are bucket seats with a fixed headrest, and with it being a facelift car, it says RS there. The pre-facelift cars do actually have a RS3 embossed on the seats. So, and like I mentioned, it's a facelift car. And then it's got the light up RS3 door sill cover things, kick plates, and it also does have the Audi Sport logo there. Oh yeah, you can probably see on my hand. It looks quite smart in the dark, to be fair, especially paired with the doors. So as soon as you open the door in the dark, you see that, and you see that on the floor, and it is quite nice. It's a nice thing. It's a novelty thing. But yeah, and it also has these funky aftermarket leather floor mats. To look at, they're very good. To use practicality wise, they're a bit useless because I don't know, when you get in there with wet feet, it just kind of like stays wet for ages. But yeah, for the aesthetic side of things, it actually does look quite nice. And the other thing is that steering wheel is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. It isn't an aftermarket one. It is actually a standard RS3 wheel with the RS logo at the bottom. These are carbon fiber covers. It's got the carbon fiber center with the Alcantara airbag, so I'm guessing the whole thing was changed. Carbon fiber at the top with red center line. Red carbon fiber flappy paddle extensions. They're just screwed in, I think, or glue taped on. And again on this side, obviously. And the biggest one for me is the R8 buttons, and they are fully functional. So there. It's actually an awesome thing. Oh. And I get somebody talking to me every time I turn the car on. So this car does have Bang & Olufsen sound system. It does have the interior carbon fiber interior trim, which carries on over there and onto obviously the door cards as well. It does also have the Audi's factory optional front and rear dash cams, which I think is a nice feature. But obviously, as you heard when I started the car, well, it turned the ignition on. This one does come up with insert memory card because I've not actually got a memory card in there, which I do need to add on, put in there. And it's also got the usual features like your auto lights and whatever that is, and fog lights and all the rest of it, usual stuff. And now the previous owner has put on these fake carbon kind of like grille surround things, which look okay, and these are aftermarket as well, I believe. And again, same in the middle here and same on the passenger side. They look nice, I think, so I've left them on there. I wasn't going to do too much to them. I'm just going to leave them because I think, like I said, they do look quite nice. But yeah, it also does have like stuff like this I'm not a big fan of. I will get rid of that. That's only a little tape and then just needs cleaning off, which is like carbon fiber style, fake carbon. But the center console is genuine carbon fiber. This is just my camera lens cover. So yeah, and auto handbrake as expected. So yeah, it's got the genuine carbon fiber here. The original push button start is under there. And it also has light up like cup holders, which is a nice feature again. The whole cockpit on these things is actually absolutely amazing. They are one of, if not the best. Virtual cockpit on this thing is the best thing out there. I think they're absolutely amazing. They're far superior than a lot of the competitors and a lot of the other cars. And as I've mentioned, I have made a video of a Nardo Grey RS3 a couple of years ago, and such a beautiful car, and that was sitting lower with the Audi Sport wheels, and I believe power was standard. But yeah, again, it was a beautiful car. But now with this one being my own car, I thought I'd get another video up there of a different car, and it's a different look and it's a different, colour, and it's my car. So, but yeah, the virtual cockpit, like I was saying, is if I press the start button, you get, we'll let this lady finish speaking.
Insert SD card.
Yeah, she does get a bit annoying after a bit. It's like the Japanese card, the toll card reader. Every time you start the car up, they talk to you. But yeah, if I close this door, right, so this thing does, so you got the virtual cockpit, which most people have probably seen by now. The engine management light isn't on, it's only because the car's not started. So you can actually adjust the view on this. So you can have it like that, and you can actually adjust that so you got the maps on there. And that, I think, is an absolutely amazing feature. Now, I've driven this car through cities and stuff, and what happens is the big buildings and stuff actually just pop up on there. They just kind of like just appear, and it looks pretty immense. It looks absolutely amazing. It also tells you how high you are. You're from sea level, and your rev counter on the left, your speedometer on the right with the digital speedo in the middle, engine temperature, water temperature here, and I believe if you change the view, you get the oil temperature as well, which is just there in the bottom left-hand corner, and then you get your boost, what percentage of power and what percentage of torque you're using at the time. And if you drive it in manual mode, it does light up, I think it's green, amber and red. Well, before it gets to red, the red's already there anyway, but yeah, it lights up just to let you know when to change gear. And honestly, these things are phenomenal cars. These are absolutely amazing cars. They sound so good, so good. I think they are at the factory on this side of supercars, and I have mentioned that before. I think these are one of the best sounding cars that you can buy. They sound way better than the M2s, the M3s, the M4s, anything with the S55, and I think the newer one is the S58. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, they're very good cars. Don't get me wrong, I am not slating them in any way, shape or form, but I think these sound way better. It's the 5-cylinder 2.5 turbo engine is amazing. And oh, another thing, which I don't even know why this is still on there, I should have taken this off, is somebody's decided to put, the previous owners decided to put this, and I did say this to him. Oh, right, there you go. I've kind of broke that, so I'll have to pull that out at a later time. But yeah, it's these things, they just slot into the groove. Oh, there you go, this one's come out. They are, there you go, perfect. Yeah, these things here, yeah, I don't understand why, but yeah, it's these red things here. Now this one looks daft now because I've left one in there, and well, I'll have to get something under there and prise it out, but I will do that because that will bug me now until it comes out. So what we'll do is I'll show you under the bonnet, not that there's a lot on there, it's just a completely standard 2.5 litre turbocharged DAZA engine. So I'll put up a little photo of it here, and then you can see what I mean. But yeah, we'll go for a drive and then we'll conclude the video. So as per usual, guys, as I always say, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, performance_lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. And if you'd like your car featured, drop us an email on pflifestyle@hotmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to accommodate. Or if you'd like to do a collaboration, honestly, I'm up for anything. Just you know, anything. If you've got a motoring channel, car reviewing, or anything to do with cars, yeah, let's hook up and get something sorted. But yeah, we've got a fair few other videos on our channel, Performance Cars, and I've got plenty of content to come. So watch this space, guys, watch this space. There's a lot of Jap stuff on there, a lot of Germans, and majority Japs, to be fair. So if you're into Jap car scene, do check them out. There's a lot of rare Scoobies and stuff like that on there. So yeah, you know, it's we've got some of the rarest cars that you can find on our channel. So that's a bit of a claim anyway. So and it's true, fact. So yeah, check it out. But yeah, we'll catch you on the drive anyway. So onto the drive of this Audi RS3 Saloon. Now the first thing is, I know, like I mentioned in the previous videos, and these were initially released in a hatchback format, and they were known to be a hyper hatchback because at the time 360 horsepower they had, and you know, that was and that 2.5 litre 5-cylinder Burble was honestly is a noise to, or you could just fall in love with the thing. Even if you didn't like the car, the noise was so good. And the thing is, it's very difficult to not like the car, to be fair though, because it's an Audi. It's one of the top of the range, you know, of the A3 sort of line. And what is there not to like? These cars are fantastic, and like I mentioned, the tunability on these is immense, especially on these, the DAZA, the facelift, the newer engines. The pre-facelift at stage 2 are mid 400 horsepower, whereas these at stage 1 are late 400, and that is literally nothing else is needed, just a remap. So you know, for a car that seats 5 people, you can cruise around in comfort mode, in complete and utter comfort, and they will not let you down. But the moment you want to open them up, put them into dynamic or individual if you've set them to that, and they will destroy a lot of supercars. So that's the good thing about the RS3s, and that's why they've got such a big following as well. They've got a massive following, to be fair. And to drive though, I mean, I'm going to compare this to my previous car, which was the M2 Competition. The M2 Competition wins hands down in the driving department, because they felt a lot more like a bit more of a racy sort of feel to them, whereas these are a bit more comfortable and a bit more of a cruiser sort of thing. these do perform well on track, but the driver feedback, should I say, was far better on the M2. But the noise, the drivability on these is better. Anybody can jump into an RS3 or any of these Quattros, you know, or four-wheel drive Golf Rs, S3s, RS3s, RS4s or whatever, and go fast in them. But whereas in an M2 or an M-Power car, rear-wheel drive, this is before pre-X-Drive, not everybody can jump into them and just start hammering them around, because they are twitchy, very twitchy at certain times. So you have to respect them cars. Whereas these, you could just you just put your foot down and go. And you know, they're very capable regardless of what road conditions. But honestly, they're a very good car to drive. Very spacious, very comfortable. The driving position is very, very good. The only downside with having the Super Sports is you don't get electric seats apart from electric lumbar support. Whereas if you buy the ones without the Super Sports, so the standard basic seats, they're fully electric, I believe, or it's an option to get them fully electric, whereas these aren't. So, but most people are prepared to make the sacrifice of having non-electrics but having Super Sports, which look far, far better, way better, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many other people. But the whole thing, like I mentioned, you know, the driving position and everything is perfect. You don't get heads-up display in these cars, which, again, it was good when it was there, when I had the M4. M2 never had it because it wasn't an option on the M2. And I've driven a couple of other cars with the heads-up display, and it does look good, but it's almost like you miss it. I would have preferred it if this car had it, but because it doesn't, and they didn't come with heads-up display or the equivalent Audi equivalent, it is no bother. The Bang & Olufsen sound system is amazing. It's very, very good, and again, spacious. There's plenty of space to seat 5 people, but if you have got baby seats, then just be mindful, because they are a bit on the tighter side of things. But I suppose that, you know, if you want something like that, and you get an RS6, and that is one of the main reasons I'm contemplating if I've made the right choice in that, because it's still not very usable when it comes to using it as a 5-seater, well, with the baby seats, car seats, should I say. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out, and I'm sure I will keep you guys updated. But yeah, that's in comfort mode we're in now, and then as soon as we open it up into dynamic, it's automatic drop gears, it's gone into sports mode, flick the gear stick to the left, and you're in manual mode now. And this is where, yeah, these come into, even there, you drop a gear, it over revs, and then you hear it crackling and popping, which sounds beautiful. Oh, this is mega, seriously. I'm not going to launch it, but let's see if we can get it off the mark. Oh, it goes, to be fair, it goes quite nicely. It goes very nicely. And at the same time, it sounds very good as well. And from the outside, this car is actually a very appealing car. It does look very, very good. Like I said, I've seen it rolling, and it does look quite nice. I mean, when you're driving a car, you're just sitting inside the car all the time, so you never actually see what it looks like from the outside. So when you do actually see it, you kind of like appreciate how good they are, or how nice they look. And I'm behind the learner driver. Oh yeah, these LED headlights, I've just flashed at this person, and I've realised they're absolutely amazing, because like I said, they are the matrix lights, so you do get the sweeping indicators. And I believe the previous owner has had a module fitted in the mirrors, in the mirror indicators, so they do sweep as well in conjunction with the front and rear indicators. Looks quite good, aesthetically pleasing from the outside when you see it, but again, nothing that you're going to see from sitting inside the car. Oh, it's like they're blipping the throttle as soon as you drop a gear, as long as you're in the rev band. Oh, this car is mega. Seriously mega. it puts the power down absolutely amazing. It is so good. It brings a smile out on your face, put it that way. So if you want a bit of an enjoyable drive that you know the back end's not going to snap on you, it's just going to point and go, yeah, these are the cars. And especially when they've been played about with, they literally just squat and just fly. They are very good. And I keep emphasizing on the fact that they are good, but they are amazing cars. They look good, they drive good, they feel good, and they're a practical car, so you get the best of all worlds. And I know the prices of these cars did peak, you know, up until middle of this year sort of time, and they were still, for a low mileage one like this car, you're paying about 40 grand, or a touch over 40 grand. But the prices have come down a bit, the late 30s now for a nice low mileage RS3 Saloon. And I don't think there's many cars out there that you can buy that will do the job as well as one of these. So if you're after one, buy one, and this one might even be for sale soon. So yeah, there's just shed loads of traffic around here. But yeah, what I am going to do is I'm going to conclude the video for now. I really hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you like the look of my new car. Alhamdulillah, it's a beauty. It's an absolute beauty. So as per usual, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, Performance_Lifestyles, and we're on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. And if you'd like your car featured, drop us an email, pflifestyle@hotmail.com. And yeah, we'll be more than happy to accommodate, or like I mentioned, if you'd like to do a collaboration in Burton-on-Trent, so feel free to drop us an email again. Stay safe, everybody, and more importantly, pray for peace around the world. You know, it's a bit of a messy situation, shall we say, around the world, and I really, you know, hope inshallah everything is sorted soon. Everything, you know, pray for peace is what I'm trying to say. In other words, pray for peace. All these killings going on, it's not good. It's not good for, you know, humanity, and people generally have failed. So I'd like to, you know, just say pray for peace, people, and stay safe, and we will catch you on the next video.
Ha ha ha!